Okay, welcome to my channel Maths with Mahanti sir. Children, in the last class we discussed what is less than type ogive or less than type cumulative frequency curve. How to draw it? How to draw or construct a cumulative frequency curve of less than type or less than ogive or less than type cumulative frequency curve. It was discussed in detail by me. So, and I am sure you must have understood. Today let us discuss the other type of cumulative frequency curve or ogive, which is more than type. Okay. Now in the more than method or more than type cumulative frequency curve or ogive, what are the algorithm, steps that we will follow in order to draw a more than type ogive, okay, or more than type cumulative frequency curve. So to understand that, you see, let us consider a continuous frequency distribution. Suppose this is a continuous frequency distribution. Look at 400 to 450. Okay, these are scores. These are scores and these are frequencies. Okay, number of students you can say. These are number of students. 20 students have scored between 400 to 450 marks. Okay, between 400 to 450 marks, how many students have got? 20. Again, 450 to 500 scores or marks, how many students have got? 35. Like this, you see, this is a continuous frequency distribution. Look at, because the upper limit and lower limit, you see, the upper limit of one class coincides with the lower limit of the next or the succeeding class in all the classes, and hence it is no doubt a continuous frequency distribution. Suppose we are given this continuous frequency distribution, how will we draw its what? More than type ogive or more than type cumulative frequency curve. What are the steps that we will follow? What is the algorithm? What is the logic behind drawing more than type ogive or more than type cumulative frequency curve? Okay. So children, you think of the less than type. What I said in less than type. In less than type ogive or frequency, cumulative frequency curve, what I said? I said you take the upper limits along what? X-axis and upper limits of the classes. Take the upper limits of the classes or class interval along x-axis. Then their corresponding cumulative frequencies along y-axis by choosing appropriate scale, okay, in the Cartesian system or the coordinate system. Then whatever points are obtained, if you join those points by free line segment, by line segment, you will get a curve, and that curve is nothing but your what? Less than type ogive. Then in more than type, what is the difference? Let us see. In more than type, we will not take the upper limits of the classes along y-axis. We have to take the lower limit. That means, you see, I am just showing it here. This is your more than type. In more than type, you will take the lower limit. See, take the lower limits of all the classes along x-axis. This is your x-axis. This is origin, this is y-axis, okay. Now take the lower limits of all the classes along which axis? X-axis by choosing appropriate scale. Then take their corresponding cumulative frequencies of all the lower limits along y-axis by choosing appropriate scale. Then again you will get some points, and if you join those points by freehand, you will get a curve, and the curve so obtained will be nothing but your what? More than type ogive or more than type cumulative frequency curve. Okay. So children, let us discuss it practically. Let us be practical and discuss this particular case in this particular continuous frequency distribution. See, suppose we want to draw the more than type ogive or more than type cumulative frequency curve of this particular continuous frequency distribution. Now these are the lower limits. So you see, now you make another column, scores. Now you consider only the lower limits, not the upper limit, because you want to construct the what? More than type ogive. So you have to concentrate your attention on the lower limits only. So see, score 400. So write down first score 400, 450, 500. You see, then your 550, 600, then 650, then 700, then 750. You see, okay. So now these are the lower limits. okay, which we want to represent along x-axis by some scale, by choosing appropriate scale in the coordinate system or the Cartesian system. Okay, so now we have to find their corresponding what? Cumulative frequency. Yes, it is very important because ogive or cumulative frequency curve is nothing but the relation between, I mean the graphical or the graph between class limits and their corresponding cumulative frequencies. Okay, if the class limit is upper limit, if you take along x-axis and their corresponding cumulative frequency, it will become less than type ogive. But if you take the lower limits along the x-axis and their corresponding cumulative frequencies along y-axis, and if you plot points, the curve which is obtained is known as a more than type ogive or more than type cumulative frequency curve. Okay, so now we took all the lower limits of the given classes. Okay, these are the lower limit scores. Now we have to find their corresponding what? Cumulative frequency. Yes, look at here. What is the total number of observations or sum of frequency? It is 230. This 230. So make another column here. Cumulative frequency. This total number of observations, that is sum of frequencies, which is 230 in this case or in this particular example. Okay, this will be the cumulative frequency of this class. You see, 230 will be the, you see, cumulative frequency of 400. You see, now you can ask me, sir, why? Because you see, 400. We are discussing about more than, see, more than 400, look at, more than 400 marks, how many students have got? Definitely, all these students, 20, 35, 40, 32, all these students, that is 230 students, all the 230 students have scored more than how many marks? More than 400 marks, okay. So, the cumulative frequency of 400 will be 230. The reason is because all the 230 students have scored more than how many marks? 400 marks. So no doubt the cumulative frequency of 400 will be how much? It will be 230. Okay. Then what will be the cumulative frequency of this 450? How to get? What will be the cumulative frequency of 450? How to get? This 230 minus 20. 230 minus 20. It will be 210. Okay. Now see. We got the cumulative frequency of 450. Now what will be the cumulative frequency of 500? You see, this 210, this 35 must be subtracted from 210. So 210 minus 35, it will be how much? 10 minus 5 is 5, here 0. 10 minus 3 is 7. 175. That means 175 students have scored more than 500 marks in the test or examination. Okay. Now this is the cumulative frequency. Then what will be the cumulative frequency of 550? Let us find out 550. What is the cumulative frequency of 500? It is 175. Now this 175, 40 must be subtracted from this frequency, must be subtracted from cumulative frequency. That means 175 minus 40. It will be how much? 135. See, it will be 135. Then 135 minus 32. It will give you the what? Cumulative frequency of 600. How to get? 135 minus 32. So 135 minus 32. It will be 5 minus 2 is 3. 3 minus 3 0. 103. See. Then 100. How to get the cumulative frequency of 650? This 103 minus how much? Your 24. The frequency is 24. Subtract this 24 from the cumulative frequency of 600. So you will get, so that you will get the cumulative frequency of 650. The next lower limit. Okay. So it is 103 minus your 103 minus 24. It is 13 minus 4 is 9. 13 minus 4 is 9. 9 minus 2 is how much? 7. 79. Okay. Now 79 minus 27. This 79 minus 27. It will be how much? 9 minus 7 is 2. 7 minus 2 is 5. 52. And 52 minus your 18. You see. 52 minus 18. It will be equal to how much? 52 minus 18. 12 minus 8 is 4, 34. See. Now see children, we got all the cumulative frequencies of all the lower limits. Okay. Now once you got all the what? Cumulative frequencies of the lower limits. You see, as I told you, in more than typology, we have to take the lower limits along x-axis on choosing appropriate scale, and we have to find their corresponding frequencies, corresponding cumulative frequencies. And those cumulative frequencies, they are to be taken or plotted along which axis? Y-axis on choosing appropriate scale. Then you plot the points between the lower limit and the cumulative frequency. Okay. Then if you plot points between lower limit and the corresponding cumulative frequencies, you will get some number of points, and if those points you join by free hand, whatever curve is obtained will be your more than type ogive or more than type cumulative frequency curve. Okay. Now see, so what are the points? These are the points you see. 400, 230, this is one point. X coordinate, Y coordinate. 450, 210, it is another point having two coordinates. Then 500, 175. So now these are the points which you need to plot in the coordinate system by choosing appropriate scale. And after that, if you join them by freehand, whatever curve is obtained, that will be your what? More than type ogive. Okay, now let us mark the points. You see, first let us mark the points. Then we will draw the graph. It is to be drawn in graph paper only, but I am doing it on the board for the sake of your understanding only. Okay. So what are the points? The points are 400, 230. It is one point. Then 450, 210. It is the second point. Then 500. This is the lower limit. 175 is another point. Then 550. You see. Then it is 130. 5, another point is 600, it is 103, okay, then 650, then it is 79, okay, then 700, it is 52, then the last is 750, then 32, okay. So these are the points which we need to plot. Okay, now let us show it in graph. Let us plot all these points in graph to find the more than type ogive or more than type cumulative frequency curve. Okay. So see, suppose this is our Cartesian system. Okay, this is x, this is origin, this is y. You see. Now you take scale. See, look at. It starts from 400. It starts from 400. Suppose one big division equal to. You see, you can choose anything you like. Here 400, 450, what is the difference? The difference is 50. So let us take one big division equal to 50. Suppose one big division equal to 50 in x-axis. Suppose in x-axis I took one big division equal to 50. Then in y-axis, look at the points. 230, 210. What is the minimum? The minimum is 34. The minimum is 34. So you can take one big division equal to 10, 20 depending upon the size of the graph paper. Depending upon the size of the graph paper, you will choose the scale. Actually, there is no rule, no fixed rule in choosing the scale. Okay, it depends upon the data given and the size of the graph paper. So as the minimum, look at the minimum cumulative frequency is 34. So we can take one big division equal to 20. You see, suppose in y-axis, let us take one big division equal to say 20. Okay. Now if you take 20, then this will be 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. You have to go up to how much? 230, you see. 120, 140, 160, 180, 200, then 210, 220, then 230, yes. Okay. Now, you see, in x-axis we have taken one big division equal to 50. Let us start from here. 400, you see, 450, 500. That means one big division equal to 50. But the scale is starting. You see, here the scale does not start from the origin. In y-axis, the scale starts from origin. But in x-axis the scale does not start from the origin. And you know, if scale does not start from the origin, we have to give a kink. We already know it in statistics. I mean histogram, frequency polygon in class 9. So as the scale starts from the 400, not from the origin, so you have to give a kink like this. You have to give a kink. So these are lower limits. You are taking lower limits along x-axis and you are taking cumulative frequencies along y-axis. You see, we are plotting the graph between lower limits and their corresponding cumulative frequency in order to get the what? More than type ogive or more than type cumulative frequency curve. Okay. So 400, 550, 600, 650, like you see 700, 750. Okay. Now I plotted all the lower limits. I plotted all the lower limits along x-axis and I plotted all the cumulative frequencies along y-axis. Now I took scale. Now let us plot 400, 230. See, where is 400? See, this is 400 and where is 230? So definitely this point will be 400. This point will be 400 and 230. Then what is the next? 450, 210. See, 450. You go along this is 210. Suppose this is 210. Okay. Then 500 is 175. So 175 will definitely lie between 160 and 8. You see, 500, 160 and 8. Suppose this point is, you see, coming between 160 and 180. Suppose this is 175. Then 550 and 135. See, 550. 135 it will come between 120 and 140. See. So suppose this point is, yes. Suppose this point is 550 and 135. Then 600 and 103. You see, this is 600. Where is 100? Here is 100. So 103 will come here. You see, 600. Suppose this point is your. This point is 600. This point represents the coordinates say 600 and 103. Then 650, 79. 79 it will come here. You see. You see. Okay. Then 752. This 752 will come between 40 and 60. 700. Suppose this is your. This point is 752. Okay. Now the last point. See, last point. Last coordinates. It is 750 and 34. Yes. 750 and 34. This 750, 34 will come between 20 and 40. Suppose this point is 34. See. Now I have plotted all the points. Say name it A, B, C, D, E, F, G and H. You see. I have plotted all the points taking the class limit, I mean lower limit along x-axis and their corresponding frequencies along corresponding cumulative frequencies along y-axis by choosing appropriate scale. Now I got all the points. Then what is my next step? The next step is I have to join them by freehand. You see, I am joining by freehand. I am not using scale. I am joining by whatever the curve may be, no problem. You see. You see. Look at. Did I get a curve or not? Yes, I got a curve. This curve, how did I get? I got this curve by taking class limit, I mean the lower limit along x-axis and their corresponding cumulative frequencies along y-axis. I got different points by choosing appropriate scale, then I joined all the points, okay, by freehand. Now I got a curve. Now this curve is nothing but the more than type ogive. Children, you have to do it in graph paper. As I do not have graph paper, I am trying to explain it in the board so that you will understand and do it in the graph paper. Okay, if you draw in the graph by choosing scale is very important. If you choose scale properly, then you can easily plot the graph and that will be correct. Okay, so you will get a curve like this, and this curve is your nothing but more than type ogive or more than type. You see. More than type cumulative frequency curve. Okay. So this is what known as your more than type cumulative frequency curve or ogive. Children, I hope you understood the logic, the algorithm, what steps you will follow in order to draw the cumulative frequency. I mean more than type cumulative frequency curve or ogive. Okay. The only difference is you take the lower limit along x-axis and their corresponding cumulative frequency along y-axis. Get the points, join those points by freehand, you will get whatever curve is obtained. The curve will always be like this, it will never go up, it will always come down, okay. In more than type the curve will be downward, in less than type the curve will be upward. Okay, that is the difference between less than type ogive and more than type ogive. Children, I hope you understood what are the two types of cumulative frequency curve or ogive, okay. So we shall again discuss the same thing in the next class, how to find median from this cumulative frequency curve or ogive, okay. Children, I hope whatever I discussed in this class about more than type ogive you must have understood. If at all it is true, please hit the like button and subscribe my channel, okay. Thank you.